What's good? What's good? What's good, family? Welcome to the weekly slash pre-week analysis. Since my internet was down Friday, I did not give you guys a weekly wrap up. So today I'm gonna be just looking over last week, giving you the weekly wrap up from Friday, and also looking at the new trading week going forward. Cool beans, cool beans. So as always, let me give a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Anything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Any and everything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. Cool beans? Cool beans. Let's get into it. All right. So looking at DXY, I told you guys that I'm long-term bearish for the dollar. I would like to see us come down into these monthly PD arrays, right? Um, I would like to see us also eventually run this monthly sell side liquidity to the downside, right? I had this drawn out for you guys for a while here as to showing you how I think the dollar will eventually make its way down to these levels, right? I want to see us come down to the bottom of this uh, weekly PD array here, right, inside of this blue shaded area. I wanted to see us bounce up off of there, right? I didn't really want to see us wick up as high as we did, but it is what it is. Nothing's cookie cutter perfect. So as long as we didn't break aggressively above this buy side liquidity and close above it, I am still bearish to the downside. So let's see if we get this aggressive bearish move below these weekly PD arrays within the first half of the week. Cool beans? Cool beans. That's what I will be looking for. I will be looking for DSY to sell lower aggressively below these levels. All right. And then we'll start looking for um price to come back up and use this bottom level as a resistance to push lower. Cool beans? Cool beans. So moving on to Euro USD and looking at the currencies that my group trade, you know that these currency pairs that we trade are inversely correlated with the dollar, meaning that they push in the opposite direction that the dollar pushes in. And so if I'm expecting the dollar to push lower, then of course I'm expecting currencies to push higher, right? And I had this drawn out for you guys for a while as well, showing you how I think um or which direction I think Euro USD is pushing in, right? I don't got it quite drawn out like the dollar as far as all the pullbacks or whatnot, but you can pretty much determine that for yourself, right? We should push above this weekly sell side liquidity. Well, first this inverted daily fair value gap, right? Push above that. Well, this is actually a inverted weekly fair value gap, right? We should push above there and come down, find support, right, to continue higher, running these monthly PD array levels and these weekly PD array levels here, and eventually running this monthly buy side liquidity, right? So price will push up and we should get a retracement at each level, whether that be a large retracement or a small retracement. We should be anticipating a retracement every time price reaches one of those levels, right? And then to push through it, come back down to find support and rinse and repeat. Cool beans, cool bean. Looking at GBP USD, basically the same thing, right? We want to see GBP USD push higher, right? coming up into the monthly buy side liquidity here. Cool beans, cool beans. And as well as NZD/USD. We want to see NZD/USD push higher, pushing through all of these areas of liquidity that we have here, these PD arrays, right? We want to see price push through there and eventually run to this monthly buy side liquidity, right? And we break above there aggressively. I want to see us rip through here, right? Or react aggressively to it back down to the downside, right? Cool beans, cool beans. Because we could just run that monthly buy side liquidity, kiss the bottom of this fair value gap, and continue lower. Or, I mean, well, we'll be reversing lower once we get up there. So, cool beans, cool beans. Moving on to futures. Beautiful, beautiful futures. Looking at ES, I do anticipate a pullback down to the daily PD array level. And if we drop down to a hourly time frame, we'll see that that 62% discount array lines up with this hourly fair value gap in this breaker block right here. Low, high, low, low. So that's good 3 confirmations that we will see price action run down into here and react quickly and run away from it, right? Whether we run back to the upside and run through that weekly buy side liquidity and continue higher, or whether we run it and then sell off aggressively to the downside is yet to be determined. But I do anticipate a bullish move off of this level here in this area, right? So once we get that move and we run that, right, then we'll see how price reacts to it. Now, if price gets to this level and we just cut through it aggressively to the downside, then of course I will be looking to target sell side liquidity. Plain and simple, right? Easy peasy. We don't have to make it more difficult than what it is, right? Let price action show you what it wants to do, and you just ride the wave. Cool beans, cool beans. But we are predicting what price is going to do, and we are anticipating what price is going to do, right? And then it's up to us to make a decisive decision when price gets to those levels, right? Are we gonna take the buy, have our limit orders in place, or manually take the buy, right? And take the risk, or are we gonna wait and see how price react to the level, and then try to catch a second entry if price gives you that second entry opportunity? Because sometimes price don't, right? Sometimes price may not even come down to the 62. It may just run this low here, right, on this hourly candle, right? It may just run that low on that candle and shoot off like a rocket. We never know what price is going to do, right? So it's all up to the individual trader, him or herself. So, what I usually do is trust my levels and set my limits. Most of the times I get triggered or I get entered into the trade, and sometimes I don't. That comes with trading. That is what comes with trading. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for ES to open the week. I would like to see us pull back down into the 62, 79% PD array discount array of Friday's price range. Cool beans? Cool beans. And pretty much the same thing with NQ. I would like to see price pull back down into the 62 and 79% discount raise of Friday's price range, right? And if we drop down to the hour, you will see the same thing as with ES. Um, our hourly fair value gap lines up with this breaker block, low, high, lower, low, high, high, right? And so we got the 62% PD array, hourly fair value gap, and a breaker block. There's three confirmations or confluences or whatever you want to call it to and it's in line with the overall trend, which is bullish. So if we're staying in line with the trend and not trying to call a top or reversal, this is a nice potential buy opportunity for when price gets to that level. I was going to say for New York session tomorrow, but we never know when price could get to this level. It could get there during Asian markets tonight or London markets in the morning. We never know. So whenever price gets to this level, this is showing great um, opportunity, great probabilities that we're going to get a buying opportunity here to run this buy side liquidity from last week. So that's pretty much what I got for the weekly wrap up and the pre-week analysis going forward into the new trading week. I want to wish everybody out there the best of luck. But a wise man once said, luck is of the sweat of the brow. So no, that means that the harder you work, the luckier you get. So, with that being said, if these analyses and reviews are adding any value to your lives whatsoever, feel free to like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps out a lot. If you're interested in joining my private Telegram group, go to precisionpipsllc.com and sign up for the silver package. With that being said, as always, I would like to bid you guys a farewell and thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight, tuning in, getting this knowledge, and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know.